At this point, apart from your run-of-the-mill everyday citizens on the left or who identify as Democrats, I'm wondering if anybody, if literally anybody, is going to stand up to Donald Trump. Elected Republicans obviously are never, ever, ever going to do that. Major media companies are not going to do that. ABC News paid him $16 million. Facebook paid him $20 million on bullshit lawsuits. Twitter paid him $10 million. Major Washington, D.C. law firms, the people who you hire to fight the government, are all capitulating to him. They're not standing up to him at all. Those are the people that you hire to fight the government if the government comes after you, and they're bending the knee. We saw with his inauguration fund, corporations and CEOs donating tens of millions of dollars to his inauguration fund. His inauguration fund, which is completely unregulated, raised over $500 million that he can do with whatever he wants. He can just keep it and spend it on anything that he wants to. I mean, we're seeing bribe after bribe after bribe after bribe after bribe, blackmail payment after blackmail payment after blackmail payment from the wealthiest, most powerful people, entities, and institutions in the United States of America. The people with the actual power and wealth in the United States are not standing up to him. They're not even pretending to. And so it's like, I wonder who it's going to be. I wonder who it's going to be. There's a very large nationwide protest tomorrow, March 29th, at every single Tesla dealership, showroom, and charging station across the entire United States of America. And I expect that those will be very, very well attended at each location. My brother and I are going to 2 of them. And it's just, I wonder how this is confronted, how he is confronted when literally none of the people in this country who have actual wealth and power are willing to stand up to him even the slightest little bit. No elected officials are willing to stand up to him even the slightest little bit. Chief Justice John Roberts of the Supreme Court, sure, he put out a statement a couple weeks ago saying it's not proper to call for a judge's impeachment simply because you disagree with an opinion that that judge issued or an order that that judge issued. That's why we have the appellate process. And John Roberts is freaking out right now because he knows that he created, in large part, he created Donald Trump's second term and everything that Donald Trump is doing now. Because John Roberts wrote the majority opinion granting Donald Trump complete immunity from criminal prosecution for every official act that Donald Trump commits while in office. More so than just about anybody, except for the dipshit electorate. John Roberts is responsible for what Donald Trump is doing during his second term. Thankfully, Donald Trump is the only member of the executive branch that has immunity from criminal prosecution. That immunity does not extend to his vice president, his chief of staff, his cabinet secretaries, or any other employee of the executive branch. They can all be prosecuted if a Democrat wins in 3 years and 9 months. We know none of them are going to be prosecuted during the next 3 years and 9 months because Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel have the only person that they're interested in investigating in the Pete Hegseth, Mike Waltz sharing classified information over a signal text thread. The only person that they've shown any interest in prosecuting in that entire group is the reporter Jeffrey Goldberg, senior editor for The Atlantic, who was invited to join that group by National Security Advisor Mike Waltz personally. Mike Waltz has been spinning conspiracy theories that maybe, possibly, potentially, Jeffrey Goldberg illegally hacked his way into that text thread. Mike Waltz sent him an invite, and Jeffrey Goldberg accepted that invite. Jeffrey Goldberg received an invite from the National Security Advisor to the President of the United States to join a text thread, which he thought was fake. I'm just wondering who is actually going to stand up to him. Who is actually going to stand up to him? Apart from Bernie and AOC and Jasmine Crockett. They've been doing great work. But they're in the minority in both of their houses. Who, with actual wealth and power, is going to stand up to this president? I don't think it's going to be anybody.